Hello and welcome to a special Halloween episode of the Full Spectrum Podcast. My name is Trey.
I'm Rungren.
We got some stuff to talk about tonight. That's fair and dark. Trans Am indeed. I'm excited. This is gonna be a good show. I think we got some stuff that people have been waiting on.
Hold on, look. I think it's how Will plays like SD Gundam Alliance. Funnel spam, funnel spam, funnel spam, funnel spam, Trunzum.
Yep.
Funnel spam, funnel spam, funnel spam, Trunzum. You're dead.
That's it.
Is that the way it works? Okay.
Yep, that's it. That's how you do it. Oh, we're gonna get to Xbox and Dark. When we get to weeks, you and I have a double rant. But let's start off with our pop quiz. Do we have a pop quiz tonight?
Hey, I got a pop quiz for you.
He's back.
So, your first question. I mean, mark up, so I can make it official and everything. Give you the see if you get any correct. I'll give them, make sure I have the points. But the first question: Who was the heaviest president of the United States? Red pen. Yeah, I'll get my red pen.
This is probably very wrong. Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Have you seen that man?
I know I said it was probably very wrong.
The way to the no, nobody's got it.
I don't know why. I thought I heard at some point that Eisenhower was the heaviest president. Maybe heaviest handed. I don't know.
William Howard Taft.
Okay, Taft. That makes sense.
He was 6'2". He weighed 332 pounds. It's a big guy. His nickname was his rotundity.
Oh, okay.
Roundity. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, FDR was in a wheelchair, and that was
I didn't want to pick FDR. I specifically didn't pick him on purpose.
Right. So it was probably solid steel wheelchair. The thing probably weighed 500 pounds itself. Who knows?
Look, Will, I would vote for you for president. That's all I'm
saying. Yeah. Well, there was a couple of rotund presidents we've had.
Yeah.
I think Fillmore was kind of big. By the way, Millard Fillmore with comic. Millard Fillmore, first president to have a bathtub.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Fillmore should help you remember that.
Yeah. Just saying, if Will was president, they said, Mr. President, how should we approach the situation? He just goes, Trans Am.
Well, we don't have a Trans Am. We'll make one. How long will it take to throw that together? Come on, let's get some people.
Every dollar.
No, you won't, Dark.
Bill Moore.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I understand what you're saying, but all right. Number 2. Renowned as an artist, scientist, and engineer. He was also an inventor and is credited with developing the bathroom scale around 1500. Can you name him?
1500.
AD.
No, but I will make a guess and say it was. Was it? I don't know who was around in 1500 AD. I wasn't alive then. I'm gonna go with. I'm trying not to look. I'm gonna go with.
It's around the 1500s.
Right.
So
my brain is dying. It happens every pop quiz. My brain just goes, "Nah, bro, you got this." I'm gonna just say
Gundam.
Leonardo. No, not Da Vinci. I'm gonna say Mario. Not Andretti. Mario Perizzetti.
Came up with the bathroom scale. No, it's Leonardo da Vinci.
Ah, no!
Yeah.
No! I was like, it can't be Da
Like, it can't be
Vinci.
Da Vinci.
Yeah. The artist, scientist, and about engineer,
I stole that
I
from
stole that
myself.
from myself.
inventor. Yeah. I mean, you may not have thought of the the bathroom scale along with his many
Leonardo.
contributions to humanity and all that. That's fine. What former tennis star was hired as a trainer on NBC's reality show, The Biggest Loser? 7.
20 tennis stars. Let's say Trevor Polanski.
No, it was Anna Kournikova.
That makes sense.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yes. The Olympics have been around for a long time, right?
Mhm.
Been around for a long time. There's lots of stuff you do in them. One of them is the shot put. So, what is the weight of the shot in the men's shot put? I guess that's good. That's a good fight. That's funny. Pyongyang.
70 pounds.
Good. Okay. Okay. Now, look. It is 16 pounds.
Oh yeah, no, I was way over. Because at first I was like, well, it's got to be heavy because they throw it a good distance.
15 pounds. We had a couple that were close. I got 15 and 25 from Jeff. That like man, 16 pounds.
Okay.
That's a throw a good distance. That's pretty good weight.
Dark, you
All
say
right.
that, but caber tosses are heavy, and they're throwing those. That count to your ice cream. Not quite.
All right. Claiming to have helped humanity lose approximately 12 million pounds. This 5'6" fitness expert owns Simmons, a Beverly Hills facility that's welcomed the overweight since 1974. Who is he?
Is anybody going to get mad at me if I say Gene Simmons?
Yes.
Okay, then I won't say Gene Simmons. I'll say,
Lead singer of Kiss.
right. Yeah, that was the joke. I'll say Dustin McElroy.
I'm going to mark that as wrong. It's Richard Simmons.
Okay.
Of course. Faith got it.
I feel like people think I'm just throwing names out, but like the pause before was I needed to pick the only tennis player whose name I knew. Like,
Yeah.
these are real people. I'm saying, chat, I'm just wrong.
Yes. I realize you have to have knowledge outside of Digimon.
I don't know why you would specify Digimon.
You aced that pop quiz.
I did.
Let's see. All right, get you to think a second, okay?
Okay.
If you stacked up a pound of $1 bills,
Okay.
would there be more or less than 500 of them?
Pound. How much? What is the weight of a man's soul?
Like, I don't know, 13 ounces, something like that.
I'm going to say to get to a pound, there would be more than 500 of them.
Okay. That's wrong.
Okay.
It's actually less. A dollar bill weighs 1 gram.
Oh.
There are 454 grams in a pound. So it'll be just slightly less
Okay.
than
Faith is
1 pound.
killing this one.
Yes, yes.
Dark
Yes,
and I are
sir.
struggling a little bit.
So if you have a pound of anything else and a pound of dollar bills, whatever else is just probably actually worth more.
Yeah.
But maybe not. Okay. So listen to this now. Ready? This is your seventh attempt, seventh question, right?
Okay.
She weighs 225 tons, stands 111 feet and 1 inch tall, has a 35-foot base, and wears a size 879 shoe. Who is this?
It's not the Statue of Liberty. The base is too small. It's might be the Statue of Liberty. For some reason in my head the base is 55 feet.
Base of statue or the park thing it's built on?
The base of the statue. I know the thing it's built on, but I could be wrong on that. It's either the Statue of Liberty or the Statue of Diana, and I'm going to say the Statue of Liberty.
Okay, you got that one right.
Okay.
Yes, that's Statue of Liberty. On through there.
I almost talked myself out of it, then I remembered Mario.
Not going down that path again. All right. Number eight. A Brooklyn homemaker named Jean Nidetch, founded in 1963 either, here's your choices, Nutrisystem, Jenny Craig, or Weight Watchers. Which one of those three? You got kind of multiple choice there.
Weight Watchers.
Weight Watchers is correct, sir. Got that one.
Was a shot in the dark. Which is a phrase I have to stop using because dark watches.
Wait a minute. All right, number nine.
Okay.
9. You're on a roll. You're in a row there. Good job. In pro boxing, what is the maximum weight for a heavyweight fighter?
The maximum weight for heavyweight?
It goes superhuman. We'll try to give you some time.
225?
No.
Okay.
That's a trick question. You got to be, the minimum weight is 200. There is no maximum weight.
Yeah, that's why I was confused. That's why there was a question mark at the end of that 225. I was like, I don't think. Maybe there is one and I've forgotten.
650. There is super weight, and I think that starts at 225. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
That's in but I don't think all boxing divisions have that.
Yeah.
I think like there's WBC and there's like 2 other ones.
Can you imagine a 650-pound boxer?
I don't want to. That's terrifying. That is absolutely terrifying. All right. Last question. Ernest Evans' biggest hit record was called The Twist, but you probably know him by his nickname. What is it? All right. Look. Dart, come on.
I'll do a guess and say I can hear his voice in my head.
Yeah.
The twist.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Twister.
No. It was Chubby Checker.
That's fair.
Yes. Wow. Well, If you don't know who Chubby Checker is, as far as pop and radio music goes, kind of a big deal. Kind of a big deal with that song.
Yeah.
You know, it had some spin-offs and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but well, good. Chubby Checker, you did it right. You did it right. You got out of a possible 100, you got 20.
Well, you know, call me the tailor, because how I thread the needle. I didn't die, but I didn't win either.
No.
Uh,
Some poor person try to write me a love note with all these X's on it. These red X's. We should probably be moving on, Trey.
Yeah. All right. Let's jump over to Gundam. We don't have a lot to talk about here, due to an error on my part. We did not get to watch Gundam yesterday.
Camera issues, but we got it worked out all right.
Yeah. And oh, what a shame we didn't get to watch 5 episodes of Gundam X.
We will need to catch up.
Yeah.
You need to finish that up. I got to finish that up. I got to finish up my story as well.
Yeah. It should be relatively simple to catch it up, because I can just throw in one extra episode and we'll finish on time, no problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there's only 39.
We shall try, Doc. We shall try.
But these were the episodes where the new Federation came back.
Yeah.
There was some good stuff in here.
They have. It's got story. It's got good stuff in the story that you could, like, the way you set that up could have really punched your audience in the gut with, like, oh,
yep,
yeah, you know.
You broke my heart. You broke my heart when you said, "Yeah, this guy Kadok. Imagine if he was talking to Amuro." Like, oh,
yeah. If what they wanted to do, and it seems like they just didn't have the guts to do, is Jamil be Amuro that far down the road, and bad. And I understand you're going to be stepping on some toes there.
Yeah,
because then in the show when he finds the girl that from that would have been Sayla.
Yeah.
But it's just no, it's a different universe. All they did was drop colonies. This one, mess up the earth. So kind of,
and they don't capitalize on that the way they should. Like the stuff with Royby and Wits when they went back to their families, that capitalized on it. The stuff with Enil L, that capitalized on it, and then everything else just goes, nah, just treat it as if it was a regular Gundam series.
Yeah. And like I said, those scenes, those certain scenes that would be like, I don't know, they would mean something with a little bit of setup. I keep the big one I keep thinking of is Jamil, basically unplugging Lucille, right?
Yeah.
And all the emotions tied up with that. Well, we're kind of strangers, even at that point with that situation.
Yep.
I feel bad for Lucille, but I don't have any other than the thing that Jamil had a crush on her one time and didn't work out because they had different views of whatever. But
I felt worse for Kadok.
Yeah.
Like, what you got, Dark? I definitely felt worse for a character we barely knew because we actually got to learn about him. Like, hey, yeah, his wife and child died as a part of all of it, Okay. Gundam Tray.
How do you miss?
I thought there was a name change. You're right. I'm sorry. It was my fault. I forgot the new webcam, and then the webcam was terrible. Kadok is the guy that helped Garrett and Tifa.
Yeah. So that. Don't forget about the new type dolphins. There.
You know what my favorite thing about these episodes was? Is that they actually put the Frost brothers in uniform. And I was like, all right, that's good. They should have done that a while back.
It is a huge. Sorry, and I've talked about this before in
Yeah.
Gundam, because Gundams are always just as powerful as they need the story to be.
Yeah.
And I love comic books. Every character that has power in comic book can pretty much they'll
Come
have be
on,
as strong as
Trey.
it needs to be.
Right, Will. Sorry.
For a while, you get sold. There's no way a mobile suit can go up against a, starship. You just can't have it. And then you'll have, episodes. The next series later, it's like, oh, they just pop up in front of it, bloom,
Yep.
blast the bridge, and it's done.
I have some good news for you both then, because Gundam Seed has that a lot, where bridges are targets, and then also Char does it, but it's mostly just Char and Avogato.
Well, yeah, it's kind of this next level thing.
Yeah,
The
first guy to think of attacking the bridge.
what the way they sold it is that ship's just too tough.
Yeah,
It's got too many guns on it. Then you come along and like, okay, well, the blasters are now resistant, so they paint them with this, and then there'll be another guy who was like, yeah, but now we've upgraded the blaster, and it's a super mega bazooka G9 cannon with the quantum fusion generator.
yeah.
It doesn't matter; it'll blast through that. Oh yeah, yeah. We have a satellite on the moon that basically turns a beam weapon into a nuclear strike. A directed, targeted nuclear strike. Doing that.
My favorite thing about the beam cannon you just mentioned is that that's a real thing in Gundam Seed.
Yeah, I'm sure. There was something. I think that's why I think Gundam, the first Gundam, stands out because Amro's a hero. He's going to win and everything, and his suit's better than everyone, but he can't. If you see him flying out to a starship by himself, there's reason to worry about that. Garrett's like, "Ooh, there's one."
Yeah,
right towards it.
it's one thing when we talk about bridges being attacked. It's one thing I really like about other non-Gundam space mecha anime. You have stuff like in Macross, the ships that aren't the Macross, the bridge will actually like go down in for battle mode, so it can't be targeted. Like that's a really smart thing.
And as far as like Gundam just using their fists, there's been many times where I'm like just finger, and your problem is solved. Grab it, and squeeze, show's over. All that, there's a few of them.
There is one that does that, but it's going to be a while before we get there. But there is one where somebody just goes, you know what?
Say that there were small things. There were small things in Igloo I wish that were came like one of the things in Igloo we saw. It showed you how terrifying it would be to be an infantry soldier.
Oh yeah,
having to fight a Zaku. But nowhere else does that really come through in Gundam.
Yeah.
They freak out because there's a Gundam shows up. It's a Gundam, but.
Yeah, the Minerva does it too, as was pointed out in Gundam. We just haven't got to the Minerva. Great.
Yeah.
During combat.
I don't know.
We'll have more to talk about Gundam next.
Yeah.
Speaking of weeks, how's your week been?
It's been okay. I watched a couple more like short things. I watched Netflix got this thing called Oat Studios.
Okay.
It's different films, doing short films. They're just like part of a story, something bigger. A lot of them you watch and your end like, yeah, keep going. And some of them were like, okay, I got enough. It ends well, but it's different directors. They used Unity for the special effects.
We do have an ad in progress, by the way. Just a heads up.
What?
Got
tracked.
40 seconds left.
Oh my gosh. Well, if it's in space, it doesn't have to be aerodynamic.
Yeah.
through that. But yeah, there's lots of glaring loopholes like that through the stories, and a lot of TV stuff. You'll find that they're rushing to get it out to sell toys.
Well, and a lot of the combat bridges, like in Macross, it's so that they can see something that's stealthed and it's not showing up on radar. They could still see it approaching physically, you know?
Yeah.
So that's the main reason for those. And Macross, I can't speak for Y and Gundam, but Macross has a lot of alien tech that can stealth. They do, but the Zentradi can warp the image.
Yeah. They do.
They're alien. Alien. The ad has finished, sir, if you'd like to continue.
All right, but yeah, Oat Studios, bunch of stories. The first one had Sigourney Weaver in it. Fan of Sigourney Weaver, so that was it's like, all right, now look at this.
Yeah.
And it was kind of set up in like an alien war zone, you know, the last members of humanity fighting against alien overlords type thing. But there's different stories in each one of them, and they were good. I like that sometimes, just having a whole lot of little things which were like just presented in a short format.
Yeah.
You know, the stories obviously could be much, much bigger, but it kind of in short formats like here, just this little slice of this world that you get to see. And it's good. And I watched I watched something called the October Faction.
Okay.
And I don't think it's getting a season 2. There's some unanswered questions at the end of season 1, but it's nothing too major. It's gonna sound like I'd be harsh on it. It's not that strong of a show, but some shows they're made for like a certain thing. Like let me think of a good example. Something I really like. Do you remember a show called Grimm?
Yeah.
Okay. Love Grimm. I'm not watching that for the top quality writing.
Yeah.
You know, it was this kind of show. It was one season long. It dealt with, monsters and humans and this secret society. It was like Grimm and Spy Kids.
Okay.
So it was funny.
Dark, you should watch Votomes. That's a series where the main pilot's basically a trash can because they give the grunt soldiers like nothing when it comes to mechs. And he is the most brutal, efficient killer there has ever been. He will just, oh yeah, there's a bridge.
Yeah, that should take care of it.
You remember when in Victory, Oliver tried to stop the giant death machine by running into it? Kiriko from Votomes would have just been driving backwards while constantly shooting the wheels till the wheels blew up. And then it wouldn't move anymore.
Right?
Sorry, please continue.
I got there's a band, I don't know, listen to a few of their songs. Came across them. They're called Bloody Wood.
Okay. You did.
And they are an Indian metal band. They advertise themselves as Indian folk metal. And they got a couple songs. I think my favorite one was Daidana. Through that, which I'm not sure what that means, but they have one guy who looks like Kratos.
Okay.
You know, he's a singer and he's got a red stripe painted on his head for this video. But they have it's straight metal. They're not doing anything new. They use like some Indian instrumentation stuff in there. And they got this girl who's dancing and who's painted blue. Dancing, it's really cool looking. Really, really cool looking. Very nice. But they got two singers, and the other singer, he's got long hair, got a big beard, and he sings in Hindi. The other guy sings in English, and he sings in Hindi, and they're nice enough at the bottom of their video to put in their own captions. It's like, hey, this is translated into English.
Cool.
But there was something I found very enjoyable, and the songs were good. Like I said, they're not anything like groundbreaking, right? They're not doing anything new with music. But it's just how they're presenting it, and having this guy like screaming, singing heavy, in Hindi over, the drummer's great.
Yeah.
We keep it good. Lots of little blast beats, lots of cool little stuff, throwing it in there. And then you have this guy just like screaming in Hindi at you. It's like, this is really actually kind of interesting. I like it.
Cool.
Went through that, but it was bloody wood. I thought I'd give them a mention.
Yeah, for sure.
How's your week been, sir?
It's been good, but busy. I've been doing a lot of adulting.
Okay.
The dryer's on the fritz, so I've been trying to fix it. Then wrapping all the pipes in case we get another freeze and all that fun stuff, But been playing a little bit of games. I've been playing some Lotro.
Yeah.
Really like Lotro. I recorded the audio for the Mariner First Impressions video, and I've still got to put all that together, but with the video that I've already captured from when I was leveling, but I'm excited to do that.
Right on.
Okay. Sure. I've been leveling my new captain, who is a man of Rohan. Level 5. And then I got my lore master to 72 and some change already, doing some quests around Stungard.
Nice.
Found some really interesting stuff there. I feel like when I finish that area, I'll probably wind up making a video on it, kind of like I did Angmar.
Okay.
Because I really like a lot of those stories there. Everything about, like, hey, these people don't have enough food because their leader is also kind of getting Grima worm-tongued, but it's by his own loyalty to the king.
Right,
like,
right.
That's a really cool twist on that. And the poor guy that stole the food to feed his dogs, it was like, yeah, man, I can't execute this guy. Just try to feed his dogs, man.
Dogs need food.
It's been really good so far. Loving Lotro. Still been playing Casette Beasts.
Oh yeah.
That game continues to get better and better. I now have a bird creature called Arevor.
Okay.
That after it takes enough damage, enters like a defensive mode. It's standing on a bell, and it like jumps down and pulls the bell up out of the ground, and then like jumps inside it, and so that it has just a bell. It's a bird wearing a bell.
And its name is Goodbye?
Yeah.
Or what? Okay.
It's supposed to be the bell is tolling for thee.
Whom the bell tolls.
Like Ravage. Sort of like Ravage.
Right.
I've also got a glass, like stained glass window creature called Glassstain. A little on the nose name-wise, but there's some cool monsters in that game, and it continues to have cool stuff. I'm now trying to get Friendship level 5 with all the characters for the achievements.
Yeah.
And I have picked you can date somebody in that game, and I picked the redheaded Irish girl. And she's great. She's wonderful. And it's a really good game. I firmly recommend it to people that like collecting monsters. And this is a weird one, but you shouted out a band. I gotta shout out another channel here. The Poor Hammer Podcast. Thank you, Dark. I agree. The Poor Hammer Podcast made a rule set, which the Blur is not wanting to let show, for Horde mode in 40K, where wife stares. I showed her the girl I was romancing. Fine with it. But it's a full set of rules for a cooperative multiplayer game using the 10th edition 40K rules, where it has a full like run of, it tells you where to put the enemy units and like how they'll behave, and so you can just cooperatively try to fight the Horde together, and it's really cool. I'm excited to get to play it. It seems really nifty.
Hold on.
I got you, Dark. But I also got a chance to play my Necrons in a free-for-all game this week, and it was my first game with my Necrons in 10th edition, and they're really, really cool. I messed up a bunch of stuff. They could have reanimated twice as much as they were, but basically every turn, at the end of my turn, I get to roll to see how many Necrons just come back to the table.
Handy.
And so they're really cool. I continue to enjoy building those models and painting them. And then there was one other thing that I did, and I don't remember what it is, so I guess it's not as important. Oh, right! Yes, it is very important, and if I don't talk about it, I'm going to get in trouble. Let's talk about SD Gundam Battle Alliance.
That ran so smoothly, right?
Yeah, so...
play with friends?
Yeah, it's, you know, you can just play with everybody, except you can't. For whatever reason, Dark went deep on it. Dark did a deep dive trying to figure out why it wouldn't work. For whatever reason, they have two versions of the game on Xbox. Cloud-based version and the digital version. Game Pass uses the digital version. So whether I'm trying to play from PC or whether I'm trying to play from an Xbox console, it does not allow me to play online.
It's rough.
Because it doesn't have any of the updates.
Yeah.
Not even physical versus digital? Did I get that wrong? Yeah, Will, it's really dumb. Cloud versus everything else. Okay. Because on PlayStation, I have all the updates. I can play online with other people. It's no problem at all. If I got the game on Steam, I would be able to play with everybody else. It wouldn't be a problem at all. But because I was trying to play with Dark through Game Pass, just no dice. So I assume even if you bought it on Game Pass, it still wouldn't work, right? I don't want to try it and find out.
No.
But ultimately, what that means is even though we can see each other's lobbies, we can never join.
Dumb.
And so Dark has DLC on there and finally found a way to be able to play it at all, you know? And it's very dumb. And I paid $10 more to use Xbox Live on the Xbox because I didn't have it on there anymore because I wasn't using it for that. That Xbox in the bedroom is used to watch Netflix and to watch YouTube, you know? I use Game Pass on my PC. I have not needed to pay for Xbox Live in a while. And so I paid for Xbox Live thinking maybe that would fix it. And nope, just $10 down the drain. It doesn't work. Really stupid.
That's funny. I mean, it stinks.
Yeah.
I just know what it took to get to that point. Just to have that happen.
Yep. So after all that time of telling Dark that we were going to play, nope. Yeah, it's really stupid. I'm just glad I didn't buy the aerial. Because I wouldn't be able to use it if I did.
Yeah.
So, if I'd known that when I made the review, the tone of the review would probably have been really different. Because that's dumb. So, you know. Blocks the last piece of Season Pass DLC too. But we can still play. But
okay.
Will and I. That's really dumb. Or the Phoenix. See, I have the Phoenix on PlayStation. That's what I don't understand. I have all the updates on PlayStation. I just didn't buy the aerial on there. Now I don't know if I want to.
I don't want to. Not gonna do it.
So, let's throw it over to reviews.
Okay.
I've come around to really liking this new red.
Okay.
Taking you and Dark off the ice cream wall as well, by the way.
Never mind then. Okay.
You have 99 million. I'm sure you do.
Follow spam. Throws them.
So, first off, we have Song of Nunu, a League of Legends story. This is in their run of League of Legends Plus games, as it were, taking champions from League of Legends and making individual games for each one of them.
Okay. Well then, Gonna go 82.
Oof.
Almost safe.
Don't blame you for being annoyed, Dark.
It's awful.
That is funny. You can't see the. That's funny. The score is 78.
It's a bit lower than I expected. On that. Well, I guess maybe League of Legends doesn't quite hold the its place in the hierarchy as it used to.
Yeah.
It's so high up the list.
No, I don't blame you at all, Dark. I think in your position, as well as anybody that paid money for that game, should be frustrated that there are versions of that game where you just can't play.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very, very dumb. Why there's a new comment on the review being like, hey, just so you know.
Yeah.
So, 21 reviews. I've got 2 here for you.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is Try Hard Guides, who says, Leica taught me that a song never dies. Similarly, Song of Nunu is a game that will undoubtedly live on in the memories of those who play it. Fans of League's lore are in for an epic continuation of several beloved champion stories, and a heartwarming adventure awaits fans and newcomers alike. Song of Nunu is without a doubt worth your time, with interesting puzzles, great characters, and a fantastic pace that keeps the game rolling.
Okay.
Sure. Whereas C Magazine says Song of Nunu, a League of Legends story, fails to be an engaging puzzle platformer and fails to deliver an emotional, heartfelt story about a child and his Yeti best friend. Considering the performance woes when playing the Switch version too, this is a song best left unheard.
Ugh, how do you mess up a game with a Yeti?
Right?
You know what? I'm gonna do 74 on this one for the recommended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you want to check out some songs that should be heard, click that link up there. Go to Rungren's channel. I'd specifically recommend Take a Breath. It's very good. What was your score, sir?
74. Same as Will. Copy me. All right.
The score is 70%.
All right.
I hope so, Dark.
Dark. Off.
For your sake, Dark, I hope.
All right.
Next up, we have Robocop Rogue City.
Rogue City.
Did I say 80? I don't remember. Did I say 80? Hold on.
It was
70. It was 70%.
Yeah.
What I
Rogue
thought.
City. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't have really an idea. 72. Yeah.
This is a
Right.
first-person shooter, by the way.
You have to do something rather amazing to make a first-person shooter like
Right. It doesn't seem to be. It seems to be a full-on FPS, but there's not a lot of pre-release footage of it. So, 32 reviewers, and the score is 72. Good job, Rungren.
Thank you. I just had a feeling.
Some ice cream.
Yes.
Can we get some
Yeah.
ice creams in the chat for Rungren? So I got a couple reviews for you here.
Yes.
CM Magazine says, when looked at as a whole, Robocop Rogue City is a shockingly complete package with terrific gameplay and level design that offers room for player agency. Its presentation belies its budget in spots, although the actual levels and pieces of geometry are solid. But this is some of the most fun I've had gaming this year. Fans of first-person shooters or light RPGs along the likes of Fallout will likely have a blast cleaning up the streets of Detroit.
Honestly, one thing I got kind of laughing at myself about, I did not catch this was a Robocop game.
Yep.
On that, which is already low. That very rarely is anything with a pre-existing movie IP any good.
Yeah. It was 72, Faith. Maybe I'll get some of those little sticks that have numbers on them, and then I can...
Yeah. All right.
And then your second review is from Slant Magazine.
Okay.
It says, but all that feels incongruent with the game's source material. Perhaps it's a bit naive to hope that any social commentary can survive decades of franchising, but Rogue City's handling of Robocop leaves hardly a trace of his origins as a commentary on police violence and militarization. All the time you spent clomping around the faithfully rendered interior of the police station is in service of selling the cops as a force for good, with Robocop's actions emphatically meant to make the world a better place. I'm going to stop right there because they go for a much longer time. That was most of the reviews on this game.
Okay.
They went to the game going, well, this game where the cop's the hero is going to make cops look good. It's like, have you watched Robocop?
No, Robocops.
Yeah. So I just want to point out that's most of the reviews on this game. It really soured my reading through these, trying to find good blurbs, because that was all of them.
I kind of wonder what about that, because in the Robocop universe, the cops are corrupt as they can be.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly. So
yeah. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with 65.
Okay.
65.
I tried to put it where you can see the light. You still can't see it. I tried.
Fail.
The score is... Yeah, that's Robocop. That's...
Yeah.
The score is 66%.
Okay.
So, almost.
Well, it's right there. Okay.
Oh, did Will get that one?
Yes, 62.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Missed that.
Get it straight, Trey.
Congratulations, Will. Congratulations.
Yes. We've got I'm counting one more to go through.
Yes. This one is the big one. This is Alan Wake 2.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how you're not hearing me, Faith.
That wouldn't surprise me. That's kind of a high score, though. I'm wondering if it doesn't get any, a little bit of clap back, because it's not the original. I bet you did.
Disappointed!
Okay.
Disappointed indeed. I understand, Will. I'm sorry.
Oh. I'm going to go 88. 88. Yeah. Dang it. Hey.
Score is... Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, what I remember, this game looks great, graphically.
Score is 89.
So close again.
So close. So close.
All right.
88 reviews, though.
I bet.
Is that 3 for Faith? Okay, I was going to say, I thought it was 2, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
All right, now this one was tough, too, because this one had a lot of people that wanted to get on the back of the box. So the blurbs
Sure.
were like a sentence.
Yeah.
The best game made in years, stuff like that. But there's a couple good reviews in here.
Okay.
Push Square says, like a mystery... Retake?
No sense. You have faith ice cream.
Okay, let me put faith on the ice cream board while I try to start this one over again.
Okay. Take a breath. Get situated.
Retake. Got done talking about how good a song Take a Breath is, too.
Thank you. But get situated and read this review.
Okay. So, Push Square says, like a mystery once thought solved, Alan Wake 2 reopens the case for what's possible in its genre. It's a delight to relive classic horror titles through modern remakes, but what Remedy has cooked up here is something special, a gust of fresh air aiming to revitalize video game horror. There's expansive lore and a twisting story that might not be for everyone, but the developer packs so many exciting and unique ideas into this ambitious sequel that you can't help but play along with a nervous smile on your face. With stunning visuals, pitch-perfect tone and atmosphere, brilliant pacing, and a fascinating mystery to sink your teeth into, there are no twists or turns about it. Alan Wake 2 is an all-timer.
Okay. Okay. That's a good review to have.
But PlayStation Lifestyle
PlayStation Lifestyle. Okay.
says those 13 years should have led to something better, and it's surprising that they haven't. Alan Wake's gunplay has gone from dull to frustrating in the sequel, while its venture into true survival horror has been plagued by predictability and amateurish jump scares. Its narrative had a few memorable moments and is able to periodically use its outlandish antics to its advantage, yet it's still dragged down by its refusal to provide enough rewarding resolutions to its litany of riddles. Alan Wake 2 doesn't improve on what made the original such a cult hit, and is instead an uncharacteristically rough draft that needed more edits. It's not a lake or an ocean, it's a disappointment.
Wow. Okay. Okay. All right.
Thanks, Doc.
I'm going to say I'm going to give this an 84.
Okay.
Because that second review was kind of a little bit harsh, not in
Yeah.
The way it should be review, but I don't know if everybody's going to feel that way. Sub 90? It may be.
The score is 90%.
Okay. All right. Yes, but play it anyway. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
They do that.
There's the Kira cry. And that is 3 for 3 for Dark, so Dark gets on the ice cream board as well. Just saying, we have an ice cream emote now. People can use.
Yes.
Here's
Yeah, that's
that.
not wall.
Right.
Mm-mm.
So,
You go like everybody that wanted 3. That's funny.
we'll move into announcement.
All right.
Let's start off with Kingdom Hearts Missing Link, which is coming in 2024. It's a mobile game.
Never had Link in it. It can't be missing.
It's a mobile game.
Oh, you have phones, don't you?
Yep.
Right then.
Yep. After that, we have Resident Evil Village is coming to iPhone and iPad.
Okay. That's the one they chose to.
Yeah, they wanted Dami Mommy in there.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be free to try, though, so at least give it a shot if you're interested before you buy it.
Well, they've probably done 4 enough.
Right. Yeah, it's coming at full price on iPhone and iPad, lest we forget. So,
Okay. Yeah, he didn't add that little part, did you, Troy?
no, I forgot to include that part, but yeah. Don't buy it on your phone for that price. Buy it on PC for cheaper than that price. But following that, we have the Game Pass games.
Oh, yeah?
And so we got some stuff here that seems kind of cool. Specifically, we have, like we talked about before, Headbangers for the Morale and Jusant are coming,
Yeah.
For sure, Chad. Then we have War Tales is coming, which is an open world RPG where you lead a group of mercenaries. Coming soon, November 2nd, Thirsty Suitors. It's a stylish RPG that follows the story of Jala, who's back to her hometown of Timber Hills to confront her mistakes.
Confront your mistakes. Yeah, where's this letter?
Right. Football Manager 2024 is coming November 6th.
Okay.
And Dungeons 4 is coming November 9th, where you can build a dungeon. Okay. Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name is Day 1 Game Pass November 9th. Kazuma Kiryu. That's who I should have been tonight. Was Kazuma Kiryu. Oh, I'm such an idiot. I love Lance, but I should have been Kazuma Kiryu.
Gotcha.
And I could have had my name up there, like, erased. It would have been great. If you've ever wanted to play Wild Hearts, it's coming to Game Pass through EA Play.
Trey.
No, I know, Will. Spirit T is coming November 13th. It is a Stardew Valley-like, inspired by Spirited Away.
Okay.
So that could be pretty cool.
Be interesting.
Coral Island is coming November 14th, which, you know, that game is Stardew Valley on an island, basically.
Okay.
I don't blame you. But, as always, when things arrive on Game Pass, things must leave.
I'm me, only richer, better looking, and taller. I have the best costume.
You are higher in the frame this week than I am, too, so it's perfect.
Yes.
So we have Coffee Talk is leaving November 15th. Exapunks is leaving. Ghost Song is leaving. Gungrave Gore is leaving. Football Manager 2023, just in time for 2024 to get here. Loppin and Townscaper, which Townscaper is a game you can play really quickly. It's not going to take a lot of time to get the gist of what that game is. If you haven't played it yet, download Townscaper, check it out. It's really fun.
Okay.
That's our announcements for tonight.
Nice.
They didn't take long, but I didn't think they would, really. And that leads us into the news.
All right, lay it out.
Let's start with Nintendo.
Okay.
Nintendo has crushed fan tournaments yet again. As always, they can't just let people be. So, turns out a couple big YouTubers got sued recently by Nintendo and weren't allowed to talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah, Xbox is also. We're going to get to that too. Between Nintendo and Xbox, nobody's letting tournaments happen anymore. The result of which is that Nintendo now has guidelines for tournaments, but they didn't have those guidelines public before. But they still sued them anyway, and they won. Those YouTubers have not been allowed to talk about it until now, and they lost to Nintendo. The highlight reel of the restrictions are community tournaments may not generate commercial revenue except as permitted by the guidelines. You can't make money on your tournament. A cap of 200 participants in person or 300 for online. Why? Why does that matter? Why is there a cap for online tournaments? Organizers may not receive compensation from sponsors and may not sell food, beverages, or merchandise. No prizes exceeding a market value of $5,000 USD. No spectator fees for online tournaments. and organizers must publicly disclose all accounting related to the cost of housing the event promptly.
The esports era is over.
Pretty much. I don't understand why they're doing this. They're not going to get more money from it.
No.
If they specified... Oh, go ahead.
One thing it does do is it ensures that any competition that Nintendo has, that they can run the way they want to, because they won the lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
Those are going to be the biggest competitions for games on the any Nintendo system.
Yeah.
Because we'll have the biggest cash payouts, the most publicity.
Yeah, that's true.
Merchandise.
That's true. The big thing that I see it doing is making people go away from Nintendo games in tournaments. So many people went from this that were pro players, went from this and the Xbox announcements, and said, all right, well, I guess I'm going to be a Street Fighter player now.
Yeah.
But
that probably won't be very long before that gets cracked down on, too.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You know, especially if Nintendo wins, Xbox pulls off, Microsoft pulls off their thing, you know, from what the rules are here. And the news I was sent earlier.
Yeah.
From Dark about Xbox outlawing what was it? What were their words?
Third party. Yeah.
Third party controllers. Yeah. No, we're just gonna stamp this out right now. You can't bring your fighting sticks to the tournament. Well, you know what? You just can't. We're not even gonna have a tournament. How about that?
Yeah. Because it's their IP, unfortunately. They're claiming they're doing this to protect their IP. If it was just Smash Brothers, I would understand, you know? Because Smash tournaments have had a lot of bad things happening, and I can understand Nintendo wanting to, like, stop that so it stopped affecting their PR. But it's not just Smash, it's anything.
Well, this is just trying to... Also, what they're trying to do is they're trying to reshape the market.
Yeah.
You know, if they can control the tournament level, they sell the games for the tournaments, they sell the consoles for the tournaments. You know, it's their name on tournaments for anything that will show up. It's just some way going, okay, this revenue stream over here, we just need to pull that into ours.
Yeah.
And it will turn a lot of people away. Will it be enough for Nintendo to backtrack? I don't know.
Right.
That we'll probably have to wait. I'm sure this holds up. Not too long, we're going to hear about a tournament.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know, strictly Japan, straight out of Japan, something like that. Who knows?
Yeah.
But
saying is Melty Blood tournaments. That's where it's at. Get those Melty Blood PS1 set up. Buddy, just play that.
Right.
But there are some other unfortunate side effects of this too. The people that have been working on Project M are like backing off for a little bit and being like, yeah, we're stepping away from the internet for a little while. We don't want Nintendo coming after us. And that's the mod for both Melee and for Brawl that allows you to add more characters to it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Some people have been a little too... What's the right phrase here? Been a little too scared of this change. There's been a couple pro players that have said they're scared for their life. Nintendo's not going to sue them just as players. They've only sued people that ran events so far. The only reason they would sue players now is if the players went against these guidelines.
Yeah, it's to set a precedent.
Yeah. They sued the people that ran the events. That's done now. Everybody has to follow these rules or they're going to keep suing people. So I do think some of that fear-mongering is a little too far. But also, like, this that Nintendo's doing is also too far, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Wizards of the Coast Business School.
Yeah, right. Shoot yourself in the foot to try and make $7 more. But you made $7, so it's worth it, right?
Hey, the last graduate ran Unity.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, since we're talking about incredibly stupid decisions, let's talk about Mortal Kombat 1.
Okay.
They got a Halloween fatality.
What's wrong with that?
It costs $10.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, you want this new fatality? $10
Ooh.
for one fatality. We're in such a weird year for gaming where so many good games have come out and also so many game companies are being the scummiest they've ever been.
What a cool thing they could have done. Hey, here's Halloween fatalities for each character. No, $10.
Yep.
For one. No.
Yep. And all it really does is you take a jack-o'-lantern and smash it on their head.
I'm sure. The audacity to charge $10 for that.
Yeah. Also, just throwing this out here. I jumped on the Dead or Alive train. Just throwing this out here. Mortal Kombat 10, 6 classic fatalities is DLC for free.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 11, over 30 plus friendships added to the game for free. Mortal Kombat 1, a single DLC fatality for $10. They have not yet fixed the glitch, no. So technically there is still a full character that is unable to be played.
Wonderful.
You know. Yeah, it's not great. But while we're on this trend of talking about not great stuff, let's talk about Microsoft. You mentioned it earlier. Microsoft and third parties.
Yeah.
So as of December 11th, your third-party accessories will no longer be playable on Xbox. Fight sticks.
Yes.
Controllers.
They already kind of soft banned a lot of accessories. Xbox will go like, "Hey, this may not work."
Yep.
You know? But to just flat out go, "Nope, no more." We're really mad at Mad Cats.
It's also so insulting that it says, using this, I'm going to read it to you direct, what the pop-up says, okay? Using unauthorized accessories compromises your gaming experience. For this reason, the unauthorized accessory will be blocked from use on 12/11/23. For help returning it, check with the store it came from or contact the manufacturer. Like, what do you mean for help returning it? What if I bought this thing years ago?
Right. So dumb. So dumb. I realize technology's got to move forward. It takes money to do that.
Yeah.
What is cutting edge today is old hat tomorrow. It's painful, like the extent these companies are going to like squeeze pennies.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, the best controller is on the PlayStation, has got the Controller Wars 1.
Yeah.
Right, with in that. I think the Xbox controller is a good controller.
Yeah, for sure.
But if you want to buy an official controller, I think the cheapest you're going to spend is like $65, for a wireless controller. And a lot of people don't have that, want the system. They can get a second Mad Catz controller for maybe $30 or less. Yeah. And I understand that hurts Xbox's feelings. But, some things you just let go.
Also, go ahead.
Well, just say, Mad Catz, I'm kind of picking on them, but Logitech's got controllers. A lot of companies have controllers, especially with the integration of like PC stuff.
Yeah.
Where you put a, hook a controller to your PC as well and back. It's just rather disturbing.
Well, and I think what really frustrates me is, like Will was saying earlier, people like him that need specialty controllers to be able to play games. Microsoft, just a couple months ago, we were talking about how awesome it was they were coming out with their own. Now we know why. Like, you got to buy their controller to be able to have all the accessibility stuff. It's really frustrating. I don't understand. I don't get it. at plays. Yeah, and you brought up Mad Catz a lot. I bought so many Mad Catz controllers, like PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, original Xbox.
Oh yeah,
that was the way to go. I couldn't
while,
afford all those.
And a lot of times, like, I mean, it's even memeable, you know, like when you go to your friend's house and he hands you the second controller and it's all busted up or something.
Yeah.
Look at Mad Catz ones were cheap. They got wonky. A lot of the knockoff brand ones got cheap and got wonky. Logitech has some very solid computers that were meant for the PC but could also be used on the Xbox.
Yeah.
Through that. I don't know, man. It's such a but these two stories back to back is like it's just so chicken shit.
Yep.
Just stop.
Yep. And we're at the point where if somebody was like, "Hey, you're one of the two hosts of a gaming podcast. What console should I get?" You should just get a PC. You should just get a PC because then you don't have to deal with any of this garbage.
Yeah. There is some argument for that, sure.
Frustrating. Yeah, that's exactly. They don't actually care if you're cheating or not. They proved that many years ago.
Yeah.
Frustrating.
I'm not going online. What does it matter?
Right? I just want to play games in my house.
Yeah. Look, there's not that many people that are doing tool-assisted speed runs from their, living room.
Yeah. Submarine.
Nice.
Good controller. So, in an effort to bring the mood back up, I thought we could make fun of some really poor decision making by a dev studio.
Okay.
Let's talk about what's going on in Total War Warhammer 3.
This is a heartbreaking series for me.
Yep. I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all, Dark.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I want to give you a timeline. So, Total War Warhammer 3 released with a lot of problems, a lot of bugs.
Yeah.
Ran relatively poorly through Game Pass, but running it through Steam, we're able to run it with administrator mode, and it was doing a lot better.
Yeah.
Shortly afterwards, they put out a bunch of patches to try and fix it. Came out with a bunch of DLC that people didn't really want. Came out with some new commanders that weren't. They were like a third of the level that Total War Warhammer 2 had in a DLC pack for $5 more. So, that was rough. But then this series of events happened. They announced that hyenas would be playable. People were not excited for that. They announced that Total War Pharaoh, instead of being like, Total War Medieval 3, Total War Empires 2, Total War Shogun 3, anything like it was Pharaoh that was coming out.
Well, yeah, okay. It's not that it's Pharaoh. It's just mythological beings in Pharaoh.
Yeah.
All right? That there's the history and there's the fantasy. The people that play the history Total War want the history Total War.
Right.
They don't want... There have been quite a lot of stuff. I love the Total War series. I will still click on the original game, Shogun, with its DLC and play it. I thought Medieval 2 was great. Rome is really good.
Yeah.
Do that I don't know. They've just gone so far from what that game is and kind of the initial vision of those games that it's got bad. And I thought Warhammer should be a shoe-in. That world, throwing it in and making it. Now they can't decide whether they want to do historical or fantasy, and it's not working.
When Total War Warhammer 2 was like, a lot of people like that game a lot, So after Pharaoh came out, it was revealed that Pharaoh was a reskin of Troy, Total War Troy.
Yeah.
People were very upset about that. The latest DLC for Warhammer 3 got a price hike. The player base boycotted the DLC. The COO threatens to cut support and new content to the game and just drop it, because that's going to fix the problem. I have no idea what chat's talking about, but I'm glad they're having fun.
Things of that nature.
So, after that, the player base had a big back and forth of hey, we don't feel like you're really supporting this game at all. That threat's not going to work on us. The DLC came out and was the worst selling DLC they've released in a long time. They instead take Pharaoh back and say, hey, now it's going to be a full Total War title instead of just a Troy skin, which the beta showed. Pharaoh crash on release. Hyenas get canceled. The COO gets sacked. The community cheers. A bunch of players get banned because they were cheering that the COO got fired. Workers from within the team leak out that none of this was their choice and it's all upper management. 40% of the workforce gets laid off.
Yeah.
So players call for a boycott. And the remaining devs, or at least upper management, decide the answer for the boycott is to go back and ban a lot more people.
It's not being run well, and the breakdown of the series has been coming for a long time.
Yeah.
These should have. You don't have to change anything from game to game. You just need to add on stuff.
Yeah.
What you're doing through that, and it's got prettier, graphics got better, but it's kind of got worse.
Yeah.
Overall, and the original game came out in 2000. Shogun, I believe, came out in 2000. Do that.
I just checked the Steam charts for Pharaoh, just out of curiosity, because, Pharaoh was dead in the water when it released. We covered it during reviews at the time. Currently, there are 772 people playing. That game came out less than 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, the company that they're not putting out. If you can go back and play the original Shogun, you'll have a hard time running.
Right. Yeah.
It's very simple. And you can go kind of in depth with it. Almost as far as you want.
Yeah. Shogun 2 has a lot of problems, but I like it.
It's okay. It's okay.
Mm-hmm. It's no Shogun 1.
Right. There's just something about it. Then you may, maybe play a little bit of Rome and a little bit of the second medieval one.
Yeah.
You kind of see what the game is. It's just a fun real-time strategy game.
Yeah.
A little bit of sim building in there. You get to be a general.
Mm-hmm.
After that, what they try to add in is unnecessary. And it really kind of brings the games down.
Yeah.
And they made all kinds of promises they can't keep. Promises based on what they thought the software and hardware would be able to do.
Yeah.
2 years down the line when they plan to release and not being able to come through that. And then again, over developers, you have a producer or a studio that has its own demands and that a lot of times don't understand what it takes to code something.
Yeah.
To get a game engine running smoothly.
Yeah.
They're just worried about the deadline. I don't know. I'm very, very hurt by the Total War series. They messed up 3 Kingdoms.
Yep, they sure did.
And that should have been prime Total War.
Yep. I was so excited for that.
Perfect setting for it. But yeah. Not surprised. Disappointed, but not surprised.
Yeah. Well, speaking of being disappointed but not surprised, let's talk about what's going on in War Thunder.
Okay. They're tearing that studio down, yes?
Kind of.
Kind of.
So, War Thunder, and the reason we're talking about this so late, as I said a couple weeks ago, is because I have a contact within the company, and I was attempting to get an interview. That's all I can say at this point. It did not happen, so we're just going to talk about it now. For a long time, War Thunder has had a very strange problem: classified information getting leaked out.
Classified. You're a company.
Yeah. And some of it, I believe, was from well-intentioned people that knew the plans for certain aircraft and wanted to help the developers by giving them the schematics early so that they could add them to the game.
Okay.
Some of them were people trying to show off on the forums and being like, well, I know what I'm talking about because I work in engineering for so-and-so government. And somebody else would be like, well, prove it. And then they would leak classified documents so that they could prove that they worked there because it was so important what other people on the internet thought about them. Yeah, it wasn't just aircraft, for sure. So, with this latest one that happened earlier this month, I thought it might be fun to just go through the list.
Okay.
So, these are the ones that are official document leaks. Some of them have been leaked on purpose through War Thunder, and we're not going to cover those. That just seems like giving them the extra publicity for it, you know? But on July 14th, 2021, the Challenger 2 tank was revealed, even though it was classified at the time. Because the forum member was claiming to be a Challenger 2 tank commander, and people did not believe him. And so he posted classified documents pertaining to the tank on the forums to show that he was, in fact, a Challenger 2 tank commander.
Okay. Why?
It's a very good question. Also, apparently, Restream chat is acting up and no longer is showing the most recent stuff on stream. Let me...
What?
Okay, we're back. Looks like we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, did it on purpose by some of the companies because they wanted to get some extra publicity on their new model. Yeah, it would have been fine to just pose in his uniform or something, but instead, you know. Anyway, that was the Challenger 2 tank. It was taken down because the UK Ministry of Defense told Gaijin Entertainment the document was classified. Moderators knew about that status by the time of the leak. How the moderators knew about a tank that was classified is unknown. But they did, and the user was given an official warning, but was not banned or anything. So, you know, we definitely won't see that guy again.
Oh, wow. Okay.
In October of 2021, the Leclerc tank was revealed. Leclerc, sorry, not Leclerc. I read C-L-E-R-C and immediately added the I on my own. I have a problem.
Look.
A user leaked classified documents of the Leclerc to win an argument about turret rotation speed.
Spell that again for me.
Leclerc.
Okay, not the L. Just
No.
the word.
C-L-E-R-C.
C-L-E-R-C?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I thought it was cleric.
Yeah, no, I see it. I couldn't get it in my head for some reason.
A good question, Dark. Yeah, he was in an argument about turret rotation speed, and so he linked classified documents to show that right, yeah, that's fair. To show that he was right about turret rotation speeds on a tank that hadn't been released yet. I'm gonna take a quick drink before we get to the next one because it's a fun one.
Well, every every government on the planet has dealing with their military. There's a show of force they want you to see,
Mm-hmm.
and then they have something they don't want you to know.
Right.
There may be a few governments with nothing classified, so to speak.
Right.
I'm not sure I would believe that.
Mm-hmm. That's why I didn't want to cover the ones that the governments themselves leaked out through War Thunder, because it's like, nah, there's no point in. That's far less interesting.
Well, if the government leaked it out of itself, I wouldn't trust the
specs.
The specs, yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is rough.
So in June 2022, tank stats don't matter. Yeah. Well, a bunch still use them, but I understand what you're saying. The ZTZ-99 Chinese tungsten penetrator tank, or the tungsten penetrator cannon for the ZTZ-99 tank was posted to the forums. On top of a document outlining the projectile specifications. The user was banned, the post was removed, and the user has not posted again since. So just throwing that out there. We should probably move on from that one. In late 2022, a forum member posted parts of the armor layout of the UHT-665 Eurocopter Tiger, which is still in service. The user was banned and the content was removed.
Yeah, that's not bad. It's not so. Look, there's levels to it. The U.S. is in a position, a few other countries in a position where tank warfare could be taken off the table. They don't.
Yeah.
There's other ways other than win that. But there's lots of nations out there that, hey, if they could get one of these, compared to their neighbor, that's a huge advantage.
A big difference. Yeah, that's right.
No, we haven't. I don't know if it's going to stay that way, but yeah, it's been a while.
Next up's a really weird, fun one. A flight manual for the F-16 fighter jet was posted by a user discussing the use of the AIM-120 AMRAAM in January 16th of this year. Although the classified status of the document had expired, it contained export-restricted data and thus was illegal to publish under U.S. law. The document was deleted by the moderators. So even though the classified nature of the AMRAAM was no longer classified, we hadn't yet publicly told other countries what it could do. And so it was still technically classified. We declassified it for us, but not for others. Which is dumb, because we're in the internet age.
It is. It's that... I don't know. It's as silly as being in high school and you find, let's say, a new band that you like that your friends haven't heard.
Yeah.
And you get to be the one that claims, I discovered this band. Look at it's like that kind of a lot of the information, yes, it's classified. Yes, but it feels like that. Like, I know it before you.
Yeah.
I knew it. I know it and you don't. So you go with him. It's nuts.
Keep it for the mainstream. 2 days later. Not even another month. 2 days later. 13 documents pertaining to the McDonnell Douglas F-15E Strike Eagle fighter jet were posted and swiftly removed. The documents were of similar classification to the documents about the F-16. Not even 2 days later, somebody did the exact same thing about a different jet. Yeah, these were American.
I'd want to get on there and I'd put the plans up for a Spitfire or what was the German one, the Meschwinger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, about 1 to 3 days later, a document was published on the forums detailing the Su-57 radar cross-section, as well as details on its airframe, which is a Russian Sukhoi Su-57. So it was specifically about how the radar works and details on the airframe. This leak was also deleted. The poster was banned.
Yeah.
I wish I could tell you that after that it was a while, but not even 4 days later, a leak about the Mikoyan MiG-29 radar cross-section and its armaments were posted. Scoops, no, it's Sukhoi.
Well, there were doves seen nearby, and they were saying "coo."
However, after January, it's a good gap before it happens again, right? There's a while before anything else happens. And you can start to get excited because maybe it's done. Maybe we're not going to have any more leaks that happen in War Thunder until August 31st, 2023. When the Eurofighter Typhoon DA-7 fighter jet's flight manual was fully leaked online. This had the systems, the weaponry, and all of the flight data.
Yeah, well, see, now when we're bombing other poor countries that are rich in resources, you can't leave your plane unlocked anymore.
Yeah.
Manual's there. They can fly away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a Frenchie. Yes.
The best part about this to me is that this user leaked this because they wanted to have the Eurofighter added to the game.
Okay.
The post said, check out the specs. You can add this to the game now. You don't have to thank me.
Hey. Play this mobile game.
Well,
learn the military secrets of the world.
Yeah. We touched on the Chinese one just simply. All I really said was, I said what was leaked and the poster was banned and has not posted again. You can assume probably what happened there.
Oi, yeah.
September 12th.
Famous day in history. What happened then?
A flight manual was leaked for the Lockheed F-117 Nighthawk's engine specs, firing angles, and sensor locations. This one was American, yes.
Yeah, that's good. Well, look, when it comes to military, America's got some of the best toys. There's some cool stuff. South Korea's got some great jets.
Yeah.
They're American.
Yeah.
Did that, so.
The last one here. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was just saying there. I understand why, the great democracy is clamping down on this for the
right. The last one was actually on September 15th, but all of the information didn't come out until the start of this month, which is when Gaijin Entertainment did like a big shutdown of, hey, we're not going to let this happen anymore. This is becoming a problem. Governments are getting angry at us.
Yeah.
Just start not talking to anyone. No interviews, no anything. Just no. This one was the worst one. 3 days after the previous one. The full technical manual for the Boeing AH-64D Apache was leaked a day before it was to be unclassified.
That's got to be a pretty big manual. The Apache is a scary, very technologically advanced piece of equipment.
Yep.
The jets are too.
Yeah.
The Apache's a scary helicopter.
They haven't banned the forums, but they now have moderators. From my understanding, let me clarify because I don't want to get anyone in trouble. None of this is insider information.
Yeah.
The insider that I wanted to talk to was not able to speak with me. Gaijin, he's done no wrong. Just clarifying. In case you ever watched this.
Pretty much guaranteed him the death sentence now.
They, from what they said on their forums, they are just anybody that posts any links that go to any technical specifications, no matter which plane, no matter which anything, those posts are getting removed immediately. That's a good question, Dark. That feels to me like that would be the easier way to fix it.
Yeah, kind of does. This forums are for about War Thunder the game.
Yep.
You know, that all of a sudden, what? Link to a post.
Probably.
Yes. Ban them. Just for even saying there should be a Star Destroyer in War Thunder.
It's not called Star Thunder.
Gah.
Star Thunder's a good name, though. That'd be my next character. Yes, I'm Thaddeus Star Thunder.
Next story.
So, finally,
Yeah, X-Wings would be cool.
we have a weird thing going on, which is in all the history of Metacritic, but it is Star Wars, there has never been a year that had this many 90-plus games on Metacritic. We use OpenCritic for our reviews, but that's because Metacritic is so easily tampered. But
Okay, yeah.
this year, there's been 24 90s and higher,
Yeah.
which is the highest there's ever been. 1993 had, like, it wasn't a website then, it was a magazine, but they had, I think it was 12 90s?
I don't know. Maybe the games are that good this year. Maybe they are. Maybe 90s doesn't mean, well,
What it used to? Yeah.
That kind of thing. Maybe, maybe it's bots.
Could be.
Who knows? Maybe the privatization of bots, because that's what happened.
Yeah.
You said anybody go get a bunch of bots to pump up their numbers.
Well, I think when I read the list off for you, you'll see that there is some underhandedness at work, and that's why we use OpenCritic and not Metacritic.
Exactly. I got it. Yeah. I'm kind of agreeing with Chad here with Patriot and Dart. Like there can't be that many 90-something games.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We want there to be.
For sure. So I've got the list here, and some of these I think you're going to be like, well, of course, and some of these you're going to go, oh, of course.
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate 3 is the highest at 95.
Okay.
Followed by Tears of the Kingdom, which is also 95. Not tied. I don't know how they figure that out.
Number of reviews, I guess.
Probably. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Cloud Edition is 94.
Okay.
Then Metroid Prime Collection is 94. Or I'm sorry, Metroid Prime Remastered.
Look, Metroid's a good game.
I love Metroid Prime.
Anyone in that series, I just don't know if any of them really deserve to be.
Oh, Super Metroid for sure, but
90 something. Maybe so. There's a couple, but it's like one or two.
Yeah.
And probably even with those, you can go, no, you have to understand at this time.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable. And certain aspects hold up,
Super Metroid 2 is incredible when you look at the year that it came out that they did that.
Yeah, okay.
Resident Evil 4 for PS5 is 93.
It wasn't that good of a game. I enjoyed the game, but it
I
wasn't
like
that good.
Resident Evil 4 a lot. I don't know that I'd give it a 93. Tetris Effect Connected, re-released on the Xbox Series X, 93. Street Fighter 6, 92. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Future Redeemed, just the DLC, 92.
I can't do that.
You can't do that. You can't play the DLC without it's not a standalone. Cocoon, 92. Cocoon's a really good game. I don't know if I'd put it at a 92. Super Mario Bros. Wonder, 92. Resident Evil 4 Separate Ways DLC, 91. Again, this is why we don't use Metacritic. Sea of Stars, 91. That one I could believe. I love that game so far. It's an incredible RPG. Diablo 4, 91.
No. Stand up, try hard enough. Shut up, Dark. No. We can't start taking off.
Yeah, get that Diablo 4 garbage out of here.
No, it's not.
Turbo. Go ahead.
In a game to consider a game to give it an A, that's what you're giving it. As many games in the history of games and all the groundbreaking stuff that happened, that's gonna have to be a very special game.
Yeah.
And I might give more A's than some other people.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure everybody's got a couple that's like, all right, look, this game is an A because I keep it very close to my heart. You know,
Yeah.
It may not be overall, but it is for me.
Your Automata, it's right here.
Right. Which, for stand back, hard critic, you may not give that an A. You may not give that a 9 above.
Why do you got to do 4 full playthroughs to get all the story? But I'm over here going, yeah, give me more playthroughs.
Yeah. Nice.
All said no at the same time, I'm sure. Turbo or Overkill? 91? I don't even know what that game is. Okay. Slay the Princess, 91, which just came out October 23rd. That game hasn't even been out like a full week. It just now has been a week, I guess. Quake 2? 90? Because Quake 2 got a remaster. The Making of Karateka on PS5. Jack John at 90. Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty DLC, 90. Dave the Diver, 90. Ghost Trick port. It's not even a remaster, it's just a port, 90. Rogue Legacy 2, 90. Persona 4 Golden remastered, 90. That game's great. Persona 4 is a great game. It did not come out this year. The remaster did, and the remaster changed nothing except a couple like level scaling things. And then Moss Book 2, 90. And I'm sitting here going, okay, sure. But what about just games that came out this year? In which case it does not beat previous years.
Yeah. I can think of 3 games, and I can think of a couple games that I would put in 90s, right?
Yeah.
But I would be, not so much so that's like, well, look, somebody came along. Like, at the end of the day, when you look at the gameplay, you look at this, it's not really a 90. It's a great game,
right?
But it's not a near perfect game.
Yeah.
You know?
Would I put Future Redeemed there? Yeah, probably. But I don't think DLC should stand along with everything else on its own.
No, that's kind of weird to do. I don't know. It's just maybe the games are that great.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like it. Doesn't seem to be mine and chat's consensus, and the people that are hearing us. It doesn't sound like their consensus.
Yeah,
you know that there's something fishy with these scores. It seems like, as far as our little group here is concerned.
Yeah, I think our group is right. All right. I think it's time to throw it over to Rundgren's assignment.
Oh, okay. Well, as you know, we got to do the corner, right?
Oh, right, we do the corner first. I'm sorry. Please, yes, your corner.
I'm sticking to it. Okay.
I'm sorry. Please continue.
Yeah, I can agree with that. The Tetris original, you look at it in its time, what it did for gaming and how it got the gaming in the hands of people.
Come on, Trey.
Yeah, I could see some. Will. That's a standard.
I was just excited.
You were, and that worries me. Right, for my corner. On that, we always start this off with a happy birthday and one of the greatest filmmakers of all time. Let's say happy birthday to Peter Jackson.
Oh,
and if you have not seen Meet the Feebles or Dead Alive, you will not understand. Those are very classic movies. I think he did something else. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Probably
Yeah,
a couple
a lot
things.
Yeah, a lot of the Tetris remakes are kind of like, yeah, okay, nice try. You'd have probably been better off just putting a prettier regular Tetris in there.
Yeah. Like I like Tetris 99, but the most interesting, or not 99, Effect. But the most interesting thing about Tetris Effect was that you had cool levels as the background. It wasn't the whole like pseudo spiritual thing. Kind of didn't work because ultimately you were just playing Tetris.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Okay. All right. So I got to tell you about this guy, Officer Severin.
Okay.
Severin Erickson.
Have a good one, Will.
See you later, Will. Worked for the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife. WDFW.
Okay.
As some may call it. He was working along a border patrol agent around the Penn or Oriole River in Penn, Oriole County, and he got a report that he always dreads getting. Always dreads getting because he happens to be a police diver as well.
Okay.
A paddleboarder called in. And it was like they thought there was a cave on this river that the paddleboarder had been by down in, and they could see human remains under or in the cave back down into the water. So Officer Erickson got with a detective, and they got in a boat, went over to the cave, and looking where the paddleboarder was looking, Officer Erickson took a big sigh, and this is not good news ever. And he put his goggles on, dove in down to the bottom. Now, police divers or rescue divers that do body recovery, like nightmare material.
Yeah.
Like swimming along on the bottom, real close to the weeds on the bottom, looking, and the current's going one way, and the current changes, and there's a body or a face,
right?
Or kind of terrifying. But he could kind of make out what was down there and was going. So he dives off the boat, dives down, and finds as he's diving down, looking, it's murky water. Sea. Looks what he sees to be a skull and part of a spinal cord. Very carefully, he gets a little bit closer. Something seems off. Turns out that somebody had stuffed a plastic skull beer bong full of stuff, full of rocks, and sunk it. The officer was actually very good spirits about it.
I'm sure.
Yeah, it was like, you know what? Somebody did a practical joke and it worked very well. Let me try something, Trey. Hold on. See if I can get you
an image.
Yeah. See if it'll get it there. Maybe I have one. Oh, not there. Here. I think it went through. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's just got a plastic skull. The spout down the funnel is a plastic a plastic tube made to look like a spine. And he was actually. Well, they aren't, because you're going to buy something like that at Spirit, or it has a ridiculous markup when you buy it.
Image go.
And it's a beer bong, not another bong, which I don't know if we'll get demonetized for me saying that.
I don't know. It's a good question.
The officer said he didn't know if somebody put it down there as a hoax. He said the trick worked, maybe a little bit too well. And he says, look, it was a funny hoax that somebody pulled off. He said, officially, we do discourage this type of prank.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Just for resources and things like that going through. But in May, the officers with the Treasure Island Police Department in Florida responded to a call that there was a large alligator on the beach.
Yeah.
And when officers arrived, it was a very detailed, lifelike sculpture of an alligator.
Oh.
This does happen.
Okay.
Quite a bit.
I put the picture up there.
Yeah. So what it does is you put the end of the funnel down there, right across the butt, up right above the butt bone. You put that funnel. You put that in your mouth. You have somebody hold the skull down about level with your mouth. Start pouring in beer, and then you pick it up. It kind of force feeds you alcohol, which may be why they decided to put their bong in a cave with rocks in it.
Maybe.
So, but
yeah, for sure.
Just in time. Yes, very glad it wasn't real. Like I said, the cop seemed to, take the humor, just gonna laugh at it, and he was very relieved. You can see from the picture when he came
right
from the dive. It was like, okay, don't have too much stuff to deal with.
But he died today, at least.
Yeah, no, we made it. That was my little news story for the day. Nice little Halloween tale.
Yeah, that was a good one.
To go over.
All right. Let's throw it over to your assignment.
Yes.
Chat. The vote starts now.
Okay.
And as usual, remember, please, if you're going to say it in chat, which you shouldn't have to because everybody's on Twitch now, 1, 2, or 3, but now you can just vote in the Twitch poll.
Yes.
Yeah, please don't. You're right, Dark. Please don't do that.
Yeah.
It's not ad time. What are you...
Now go back to sleep.
You got 30 minutes till it's ad time.
I know who the dang beer bomb belonged to. Nightball.
No, I wish I didn't know, Dark, but I do. Was an EMT for just a little bit too long, unfortunately. Well, I mean, there's still like half the vote to go, but it's pretty clear where this one's going. So,
we all have the internet.
It was Nightbot and Skeleton. Yeah, for sure. For sure. At least he was able to avoid the charges so that he could be here tonight. To keep telling people when it wasn't ad time.
Yes. Fair enough.
I'm sure, Dark. All right, well, I'm going to call this in about 5 more seconds because it's very clear how it's fallen.
Okay, I imagine the algorithm that checks for demonetization and stuff. You may have to explain.
I mean, an email from our YouTube rep.
For the end of the episode, yeah.
You're like, what happened here? You were doing fine. So yeah, you will be playing Relicta again.
Cool. I don't know how much further we got to go on that. I would like to get through that moving it on. It's a cool game.
Yeah.
Nice little game. About the characters.
Yeah. All right. Well, do you have any plugs, good sir?
No, I don't go boosting. No,
Yep.
No, I did enjoy check. There's a few bands that are doing what is it? There's Mongolian band called The Who.
Yeah.
HU. I mentioned Blaywood.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a take on Bollywood. A little bit. And there was a Nordic one. Was it Heilung? I think it's Heilung.
Okay.
Just if a little bit different from a different, just something from a different part. And all three of those are very different types of music, but still, yeah, I like the. Is it the Woo? That was the Who. HU. Either way, very very interesting. Now look, one of their songs is about, hey, we're descendants of the great Genghis Khan. What happened to us? And I'm like, calm down.
Yeah.
Work out very well for the ones around. But
I don't think we need him right now.
no. Going through.
All right. Well, I will plug Poor Hammer again with their custom rules for horde mode in 40K. It's a super cool game mode, and they're wanting to make more game modes. It's something that 40K doesn't really have. 40K has 2 ways to play it, and one of those ways has multiple ways based on how many units you can bring, and that's it. So this being like a different way to play is really cool, and I hope that it takes off so that they can make more.
Yeah. No, they use for all those little plastic things.
Yeah. So, tomorrow, you'll be back with Relicta.
Yeah.
Thursday, we're going to Sri Lanka.
Yeah. Kind of break that down a little bit.
And Friday, we're going to be doing Gundam Evolution. I know we said we were going to be doing Liza P last week, but, just got Liza P. Gundam Evolution's shutting down this month, and I want to catch it before it goes away. So we're going to do a Gundam Evolution stream. But yeah, Voice Play does some really good stuff.
Yeah.
And their cover of My Mother Told Me is really good.
Nice. Okay.
But until next time, I've been Trey.
I've been Rungren.
And this has been The Full Spectrum. Remember to always enjoy the full spectrum that Halloween has to offer.